All right, Mr. Ahmed here for 7.5. Goal for today is still factoring polynomials. And yesterday in our last lesson, all that we did was the greatest common factor. Now, sometimes there's not a greatest common factor in these trinomials, and we are going to factor it by unfoiling. Everything with the GCF was kind of like undistributing. Now we're going to unfoil, so we're going to write it as the product of two binomials. Product means times. We'll multiply the two binomials together. So, standard form of a quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're going to have an x squared, we'll have an x, and we'll have a constant, so a number. Now, when the leading coefficient, that's what this TLC stands for, when the TLC is 1, essentially it's just going to be an x squared. All right, when that happens, we are going to unfoil it. So when the leading coefficient is 1. And notice it's in descending order. X squared, x, constant. It'll always need to be in that order. Typically, it'll start like that, but not always. If it's not in descending order, we'll have to rearrange it. So, in our process here, we are going to find two numbers that multiply to the last number. So it multiplies to the last term. And adds up to the first number, which is going to be the middle term. So, we're going to find factors of b. This is written backwards. Factors of c that add up to b is what we're going to be looking for. So you got to change that. Factors of c that add up to b. That was written backwards. So we're finding factors of last term that add up to the middle term. That's our goal. So, first step, it needs to be in descending order. It is. All right, now if I were to identify a, b, and c, a is 1, b is 5, c is 4. So we're going to find factors of 4. What times what's 4 that adds up to 5? Okay, so our factors of 4 are 1 and 4 and 2 and 2. 1 and 4 add up to 5. All right, so I'm going to set up two sets of parentheses. We're unfoiling. For us to get our first term, we're going to have to take x times x, because x times x is x squared. Now, our factors that added up to 5 were 4 and 1, so we have a plus 4 and a plus 1. Now, for us to check our work, we could FOIL this out, and we will end up with exactly what we started with. We're rewriting it, okay? We aren't changing its value, we're just rewriting it. So if you were to check your work, you'd get x times x, x squared, plus 1x, plus 4x, plus 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. We got it right. This is factored form. Okay? So, factors of the last term that add up to the middle term. Factors of 8 that add up to 6. So the factors of 8 are 4 and 2, 8 and 1. Which pair adds up to 6? 4 and 2 does. So, set up the two sets of parentheses. X times x gets us our first term, x squared. Plus 4 plus 2. We got it. Okay, now the next one. Factors of 10, last term, that add up to negative 7. So I have a 5, a 2, and I have a 10 and a 1. Now here's the thing. It has to add up to negative 7. For these to add up to negative 7, we'd have to have two negatives, a negative 5 and a negative 2. Now keep in mind, if I multiply negative 5 times negative 2, that's still positive 10. Okay, so factors of 10, negative 5 and negative 2, that's fine. They add up to negative 7. So rewrite x times x for the first term, minus 5, minus 2. The order of the 5 and 2 does not matter. Okay, you can put those wherever you want. All right. Now this one we're looking for factors of negative 6 that add up to positive 5. So for us to get a negative 6, when this last term's negative, we have to multiply a positive and a negative. So the factors of 6 are 3 and 2 and 6 and 1. Now 3 plus 2 is 5, but not with a positive and a negative, because we need to get a negative 6. So for us to get a negative 6, we're going to have to use this one, a positive 6 and a negative 1. then those add up to positive 5. 6 plus negative 1 is indeed equal to 5. 6 times negative 1 is equal to negative 6. So we have the factors, negative 6, that add up to positive 5. So rewrite using our two sets. X times x comes first, x. And we have a minus 6, and we have a, oh, I screwed up. We had a plus 6 and a minus 1. Okay, you can put those in either order. Could have been a minus 1 and a plus 6. Choice is yours. All right, a couple more here. What we want to do is have you try these three, then check your work. So go ahead and push pause and give them a go. All right, hopefully you had some success. Factors of 3 that add up to 4 are 3 and 1. So x plus 3 and x plus 1. X times x gets us our x squared. 3 times 1 gets us our 3. 3 plus 1 gets us our 4. Here we're looking for factors of negative 14, so we have to have a plus and a minus. A plus and a minus. All right, factors of 14, 7 and 2. Let's see here. Positive 7, negative 2, that doesn't work. Have to have a negative 7 and a positive 2. Those will add up to negative 7. So make sure you're careful with the signs, all right? It just can't be a random 7, random 2. All right, we have a negative, we have a positive, and they add up to the middle term, negative 5. So when we rewrite x minus 7 and x plus 2, we got it in factored format. And the last one, factors of negative 1 that add up to negative 1. A positive, a negative, I can't, those are going to add up to 0 or 2. This one is prime. Can't factor it. All right, some of them can't be done. This is one that cannot be done. All right, that's it for today. Have a good one.